Well, hello everybody, my name's Louise Savage and a very warm welcome to my channel if you've just stumbled across me for the first time, and an equally warm welcome back if you are a returning viewer. I just wanted to fill you in on some books I've acquired over the last month. Some really exciting things in here actually, especially the first book in the pile. So I was really moved by this. The lovely Bookie Rach, living over on the other side of the world in New Zealand, sent me this absolute stunner. So it's the Axmans Carnival by Chidgey, which is one of her it's her latest novel, and it's not out here in the UK yet. So I just feel she's you know, I've made no secret of the fact that Chidgey is fast becoming one of my favourite authors. So I was absolutely delighted to receive this. And if I just put my big old specs on, it sounds absolutely amazing. If I turn inside, it says, Tamar is just a helpless chick when he's rescued by Marnie, and this is where his story might have ended. If it keeps me awake, says Marnie's husband Rob, a farmer, I'll have to wring its neck. But with Tamar, it might be Tamar actually, come new possibilities for the couple's future. Tamar can speak and his fame is growing. Outside in the pines, his father warns him of the wickedness wrought by humans. Indoors, Marnie confides in him about her violent marriage. The more Tamar sees, the more the animal and the human worlds bleed into one another. It just sounds amazing. Part trickster, part surrogate child, part witness. Tamar the magpie is the star of this story. I love the idea of having a magpie central to the story. I have lots of magpies that gather on my lawn every morning, and they tend to hop around there grubbing at things all day. I think they're fascinating creatures. So yeah, I'm really, really excited for this one. And second up is this absolute beauty. So the lovely people at Hodder, I'll take my specs off because they reflect so badly. The lovely people at Hodder sent me Stoneyard Devotional, and this is the latest novel from Charlotte Wood. I'm not sure when it's due out. It should say somewhere. No, it doesn't. Oh, hang on. This has already been out. For quite, oh no, that was The Weekend, was out in 2021. I don't think it says. Oh, Lordy. Anyway, again, Charlotte Wood is another writer whose work I've absolutely adored. And I am so looking forward to reading this. I haven't, as you can tell, I mean, it looks like it's going to be quite creepy just from the sort of the cover. I could be completely wrong about that. But I deliberately haven't found out anything about this. I quite like going to a book without any assumptions at all. So I feel really glad that you know, nothing about this has hit me yet. So I really look forward to reading this one. And then a couple of books that Simon very sweetly passed on to me last time I saw him up on the Wirral. One of them is this absolutely beautiful edition of Frankenstein. I don't know if you can see that. It's sort of palm size, just slightly bigger than palm size. It says on the front, made by the world's most beautiful bookshop, called Livraria Lello. And it's absolutely stunning because it's really lightweight. It's got this lovely, very tactile cover. It's Frankenstein, so what's not to like? And I've read Frankenstein many times. And I didn't realise I don't actually have my own copy, so that was kind of quite serendipitous that he chose this one. And the font, even though it's a tiny book, they've chosen such a clever font because it's really clear, and I love it when they have one of these lovely old-fashioned bookmarks and you've got the purple and the yellow. I just think that's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, next up is the third of Elodie Harper's trilogy. I think it's the final one. Well, it would be if it's the third of a trilogy. Duh. And I haven't read the second one yet, so I'm kind of hoping that I might be able to read 2 and 3 together. This one's called The Temple of Fortuna. And I love the way we've got the same sort of design on each one, but each one's a different lovely bold colour. Yeah, beautiful thing, and I'm very much looking forward to that when I next get my desire for an ancient history fix. Then he passed on this beautiful new novel by Carys Davies. Now, I don't know if you can see that the novel's called Clear, and you have to really angle the book to actually see the title on the page there, on the front cover. I'll get my words out in a minute. He stood up, looked out across the water and closed his eyes, his ears full of the cries of curious and hungry gulls trembling on invisible currents. There's something about birds, isn't there, in this collection of books that I've got. Rachel Joyce is raving about it. Hernan Diaz is raving about it. It's not out until March 2024. But this is much anticipated by Simon and I. We both absolutely adore Carys Davies. I think she is the absolute master of short storytelling, in my view. I've read a lot of short stories in my time, and it's very rare that I read one of hers that doesn't completely chime and pull a punch, and often have some quite devious twists. They're just beautifully written and beautifully crafted and beautifully structured. I absolutely think she's a genius. Can you tell I like her? This novel's set in 1843 on a remote Scottish highland. Ivor, the sole occupant, leads a life of quiet isolation until the day he finds a man unconscious on the beach below the cliffs. It sounds great. So it's set against the rugged backdrop of this faraway spot beyond Shetland. Drama and tension and tenderness. Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to this. And I know that if I start reading it, it's the sort of book that I will want to sit down and read over the course of a day. So I might leave it, it's half term, week after next. So I might leave it to curl up with over half term. Hopefully I'll get around to it soon. Then this lovely beauty by Natalie Haynes, Divine Might. I loved her, what's it called, Pandora's Jar, looking over on my classic shelves behind me. So this is goddesses in Greek myth, and she's got a really good selection. So particularly, I think Hestia. There's not, you know, to my understanding as a classicist, there isn't an awful lot known about Hestia, because she was sort of goddess of the hearth and very much associated with female worship and rituals, I think, as well. So that chapter in particular, I'm really, really, really looking forward to reading. And also Demeter, because some of the rites around the worship of Demeter are really quite fascinating as well. The mysteries and all that kind of thing to do with Demeter and Persephone. So I think this will be fascinating. And I really, really enjoyed Pandora's Jar, and the way that she just gives that extra take, very contemporary take, and a very, feminist sort of view of the study of classics. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that very much. And then yesterday, Simon and Chris and I went, we went shopping in Bridgnorth and did the round of the charity shops. And a while ago, one of you lovely people recommended to me The Hare with the Amber Eyes, and I hadn't got a copy. Simon's so eagle-eyed in a bookshop, and he spotted this at about 50 paces. So I now have a copy. I will take the stickers off. But what a steal, £1. £1 for all that loveliness. So this is, I think this is, well, it is non-fiction, so it'll be wonderful for non-fiction November. Bethany Hughes reckons it's the most brilliant book she's read for years. It's about, I know why they've got Bethany Wood to comment. It's because it's about this man called Edmund Duval, and he found this collection of his great uncle Iggy's Tokyo apartment. I'll read from the blurb because I'm messing it up. When he later inherited the Netsuki, these are, I think, some wood and ivory carvings, Japanese. He inherits them and then becomes very intrigued in the story behind them, and I think it takes him on a sort of odyssey through his family history. From a burgeoning empire in Odessa to fin de siècle Paris, from occupied Vienna to Tokyo, Edmond de Waal traces the Netsuke's journey through generations of his remarkable family against the backdrop of a tumultuous century. So it sounds like family history, but also the whole sort of scope of the world history of its time. It says part treasure hunt, part family saga. It does sound fabulous. So thank you very much. It's a while ago someone, oh look, and it's got the most fantastic family tree. I love a family tree. This one looks very complex. So next up, I actually bought this beautiful garden design book. It's called Colour for Adventurous Gardeners. I think I'm quite an adventurous gardener. It's one of my absolutely favourite hobbies by Christopher Lloyd. And it's just, I just thought some of the colour combinations, you can tell from the things I wear, I like a bright colour. So I couldn't resist this from the charity shop. Look at that, spectacular. Who would have thought of putting purple thistles with a Lucifer crocosmia? I would not have imagined that was a thing, and now I might have to try it. So yeah, that's one for inspiring me with my gardening. And then today we went to a fantastic second-hand bookshop in Ironbridge, which again is not that far from where I live. And I picked up a cookery book. I don't buy many cookery books these days because I've got so many. But this one really inspired me. It's called The Jeweled Kitchen by Bethany, Kehdy. And it's Lebanese, Moroccan and Persian recipes. And I just think something that might really inspire me. Now it's getting a little bit colder and it's lovely to have those lovely sort of Eastern exotic scents in the kitchen. Monk's aubergine salad and carrot salad and all sorts of amazing chicken dishes, chicken with caraway couscous. So that just sounds like a lot of fun. Finally, I purchased the Book of Night Women by Marlon James. I'm very late to the party. I haven't yet read any of Marlon James's books, but I picked this up and absolutely loved the opening page. People think blood red, but blood don't got no colour. And that whole sort of just this image of blood on the floor, a lone baby. It's 1785. It just looks really sort of graphic and gruesome. But I suspect this book is going to really hit a punch as well thematically. It's described as one of those contemporary masterpieces that seems like it came out of the author's head, fait accompli. It's Jamaica, it's 1785. Born into bondage in the corrupted paradise of a sugar plantation at the end of the 18th century, a time of uprisings and rebellion, Lilith has little hope of escaping a life ruled by the whip. But like the slave women who fear her, the instant she opens her eyes, Lilith sees it differently. So I think this is going to be incredibly dramatic and a real sort of eye-opening look at the treatment of black women and black people in the late 1700s and into the 19th century. Get my maths right. So big apologies. I've had a few technical issues. I can't even speak. I've had a few technical issues during the making of this video. So hopefully I'll have managed to smooth most of them out during the editing process. But just in case, apologies. Look forward to speaking to you all again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.